Hey guys, it's Zero, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a dynamic platform for your 2D or 3D game. So if you'd like to learn, please stick around and follow along. Okay, let's get started. What we want to do is in our content folder, you're going to want to either create a new folder, or if you already have one created, we're just going to go into that. I already have one created. So what we're going to want to do is in our new folder, we're going to right click and we're going to create a new blueprint class. And then we're going to create an actor class. We're going to name this BP underscore platform. Now we double click on our BP. And then inside of here, what we want to do is we want to go over to the add button and we're going to add a cube. We're going to name the cube platform. Now with that name, we're going to click on it and we're going to want to change the scale of this to, well, make it look like a platform. So in the X, I'm going to give it a value of 3.0. In the Y, I'm going to do 5.0. That should look good. And then in the Z, I want to thin it out a bit. So we're going to give a smaller value of 0.2. Let's see how that looks here. Yeah, that looks good. Looks like a platform. Now I'm going to compile and save this just in case my engine crashes. I don't want to lose any of my work. It's a really good habit to get into. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create two variables. First variable is going to be start underscore location. And we're going to make this a vector variable. Now we're going to want to create a second variable, which is also going to be a vector variable. And we're going to want to name this one end underscore location. Now with this variable selected, we're going to want to click on instance editable and also show 3D widget. Now we can compile and save. Now with the end location variable still selected, we're going to go over to the Z and we're going to give it a value of 100. And I'm going to show you why we're going to do this. Now you want to compile and save again. Now if we go back into our level, we drag our blueprint into our level, you'll see that there's a 3D widget above our platform now. And what we could do with this 3D widget, if we click on it, we could drag this 3D widget anywhere into our space. You could drag it left, right, up, down. And essentially what's going to happen is our platform is going to move from its original location to the 3D widget. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to go back into our BP platform, go on over to the event graph. And what we could do is we could take out these two nodes right here. We won't be using them. We will, however, be using the event begin play in ours. So now that we're in the graph, we're going to right click and we're going to want to look for add timeline node. So add timeline right here. We're going to want to name this node platform movement. Now what's neat about these nodes is if you double click on it, it's going to open up another tab. And within this tab, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new track. And we're going to create a float track. Now we can name this track movement. Let me zoom out here so I get the whole thing. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 keys to this track. So I'm going to add one here. I'll just add one over here. It doesn't really matter where you add them because we're going to change the time and value of them anyway. And I'll just add one there. So with our first one selected, what we're going to do is we're going to give it a time of 0.0. Then we're going to give it a value of 0.0 because this is initially our starting key. Now I'm going to go over to the last key here, and I'm going to give it a time of 5.0. And then I'm going to give it a value of 0.0 because this is our ending key. Now I'm going to click on the middle key here, and I'm going to give this one a time of 2.5 and a value of 1.0. Now what we want to do is we want to highlight all three of these keys just like so. And it doesn't matter which one you click on, but you want to right click on one of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on auto interpolation. And what this is going to do is it's going to smooth out this curve right here. After that, we're going to click on loop play because we want this to eventually loop through the movement. Once we're done, compile, save. Now we could go back over to the event graph. In the event graph, you can notice on the platform movement node, it's created a new output called movement. So now what we want to do is we want to drag in our platform reference, and then we're going to drag off of our platform, and we're going to get set relative, we want location, so set relative location. And what we're going to do with this, we're going to now get the new location of the platform. So in order to do that, we're going to right click again, the empty space, and we're going to search for a lerp vector node. So we want lerp vector, this one right here. We're going to grab our lerp vector, and what we want to do is we want to grab our starting location, and we're going to drag this and just drop it right onto the A pin right there. Then we're going to take our end location and we're going to drag that onto our B pin just like that. And what we could do is we could take the return value of our lerp vector, plug it right into the new location to update. And then we need to take our movement and plug that into the alpha. Then you could take your update, drag it on into that so we can continue the flow. Now what we want to do is we want to scroll back over to here, and we're going to pull in our platform movement right here. So drag in our platform movement, and we want to get it. Now we want to drag out of our platform movement, and we want to look for set play rate, this right here. Now with this node, we could either hard code a number into here, which will give us the speed that our platform will move, or we could right click, promote this to a variable, name this new variable play rate. And if we click instance editable, well, there we go. Compile, save. Now we could change the variable of our play rate inside the editor in our map at any moment, instead of having to come back to our BP, change it up, and go back. So I'm just going to give this a low value of 0.3 for starters. I'm going to compile and save again. Now what we can do, oh, I shouldn't have saved right there actually. Let me bring this stuff down a little bit. I forgot to plug in our event begin play and then plug our play rate into the play pin of our timeline node. Now let's compile again and save. Sorry about that. Now, if you look here with our platform selected, you could see that we could change the play rate inside our editor. So let me move this 3D widget back here. I'm just going to keep it up that high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select back on the platform. I'm going to hold down Alt and I'm going to click on this and I'm going to duplicate the platform. And what we're going to do with this duplicate is I'm going to change the play rate value of it right here. And I'm going to give it a value of 1.0 just so I can show you the difference in speed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our end location widget and we're just going to pull this up high and over to the side, kind of obnoxious looking, just so you can see that it will change direction as well. Now, if we click simulate, you can see that our platform is going much faster than our initial platform. And you can see the distance at which it goes. And there you have it. You have a dynamic platform that you can add on to. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I hope this video truly helped you. And I'll be coming out with more. I'll be coming out also with a 2D series and a few more tips and tricks with the Unreal Engine. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next. Take care.